O Jacob, listen to me, O Jacob. In Israel, my called. Remember, many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. As I have always said, when we find Israel and Yahudah, Israel represents the many. But when we find Jacob and Israel, Israel represents the few. Jacob represents the same person before he received the name, before he elevated himself to a higher level, or well, through his overcoming himself, but obviously it was Yahweh who gave him the strength to overcome. So, listen to me, O Jacob, meaning listen to me, O believers, O many. In Israel, the few that I will choose from those many, my called. I am he. I am the first. I am also the last. I read this as low as I am reading it because I want you to see the importance of each and every word. Normally, this verse or verses that say something similar are only interpreted or explained as the Almighty has always existed, which is of course true. I'm not denying that that interpretation is true. I'm just saying it's the most simple interpretation, and taking it in a wrong way would bring bad results. So we need to see as much as we can from each verse and get everything that at least the Father wants us to get at that time. So Yahweh said, listen to me. First and last. The first is the word of Yahweh. As we know, John 1 said, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with Elohim, and the word was Elohim. So the word is the Messiah, the first, Yahushua. The essence is the word. You can think of a word, but then you have to either write it or speak it in order to bring it to reality. So Messiah is the word that came from the thought of the mind of he who causes to exist. The second coming is the voice. The voice. So it is a further manifestation after the word. That's why Moshe, who is represented or representing the second coming, is Moshe who wrote the Torah. He put the words of the Most High in a book. So Moshe, as the witness like Moshe, is the voice because he spoke. He spoke to the Pharaoh. He spoke to the Israelim. He spoke to the rock. Also hit it by mistake. Well, because of his anger, which was a mistake. So Moshe spoke and wrote the word because he represents the second coming, the voice. Yahushua said, I am the door and the good shepherd. The sheep listen to the voice of the good shepherd, meaning the second coming, meaning the last. And he goes through the door, meaning the first needed to give salvation and intercede for men, so that the second coming, the Son of Man, would be able to receive that salvation in order to bring justice to the world. Because that's why David also, when he wanted to bring salvation, when he wanted to build a temple, Yahweh told him, no, because you have spilled too much blood. Your son will have to do it. So that represented that the second coming would be as David, not the one to build the temple, but the one to bring the ark, to be the ark, the throne of Yahweh on earth. That's why Yahushua was the one to build the temple. He said, destroy the temple and I build it in 3 days. Because Yahushua never spilled blood, as David did, as Moshe did, as we just explained. So, listen to me, O Jacob, the many, and Israel, the few, my called, because they are both called, but only one is chosen from Jacob and Israel. They are the same person. What are you talking about? Yeah, they are the same person who gave these two names to a people, the 12 tribes of Israel. And from those 12 tribes, many decided to worship idols, while only few kept the truth in their hearts, remained faithful. So those that remain faithful and get elevated are named Israel. Those who remain as the sand of the sea are the many, Jacob. So I am he, says Yahweh. Listen to that. I am he. As one, not I am them. I am he. Because it is written listen, Israel, Shema Israel, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. I am He. But then he says, I am the first. I am also the last. That is amazing. He's not only saying I am the first, I am the last. I am the first, I am also the last. So he wants to tell people, remember, not only the first, don't get only focused on the first, because I will also be the last. Also. And if you only focus on the first, somebody will appear and fool you. But if you know that I am also the last, then you will be able to understand what the true doctrine of the first was, and therefore receive justification and salvation and enter life, as Israel represents the few. So I am He, I am the first, I am also the last. What I am trying to say here, Yahweh was not only saying that He always existed and He will always exist. He's not only saying that He doesn't change. He's the same back in the day and today. He's not only saying that, although that is completely true. He is saying, remember to the people that I will manifest on earth in one time and then another time. And I will be the same here and here. Meaning, I am both Him and Him. I am He.